Sanders, and I'm an assistant here at Large 6th Street. As you can see, we are in the basement of 6th Street right now. And excuse the mess behind me. Actually, don't actually just look at me and look at my face and see how awesome my face is. And don't even look at the clutter that's going on behind me. I wanted to start a video series about a lot of the things that I've learned here in L'Arche, and to be able to take what I've learned, not only just hold it for me and my personal growth, but to share it with you so that you can grow. And if you don't know about L'Arche, you can come check it out or check out our website. And a lot of things that L'Arche has taught me is first and foremost about myself and who I am, and I've grown in a lot of ways and being able to open up in different ways. L'Arche has taught me about brokenness, and that we're all broken in some type of way. And L'Arche has taught me about what it means to truly love someone, which will be covered probably in the next video or so. But today, this video is called The Body. If you can think back to the a verse where it's saying that there are many parts of the body, but there's only one body. And L'Arche, for me, embodies that verse like wholeheartedly. I want to ask you a question. If you can think about your favorite sports team, any team. My favorite sports team was the Bulls in the 90s. And a lot of people put Michael Jordan as the best. He was the team. And a lot of times I remember as a kid, he'll do that crossover he does and stick his tongue out like, and then he'll like fade away. All of game over, done. But a lot of people miss that he had other people around him. He had Scottie Pippen. He had Ron Harper. He had Bill Cartwright. He had all these great players, these role players around him. So like Jordan wasn't just the Bulls. Like he had other people, and a lot of times we forget that. And that every part of that team was important. And I think about when I look at like how the world works, I pay attention to a lot of things that's going on around me. And a lot of times I even find myself saying that, oh, that person is not important. Why should I waste my time with them? Or how can they possibly, what can they give me? You know, like how can they possibly make things better? Like they can't do anything. They're separated because they're not able to speak English well, or they're separated because they have a disability, or they're separated by their skin color. It's all these separations and all these divisions that I see. And it's in a way we're all breaking up. We're breaking up the body. We're breaking up the things that instead of coming together and to be strong together, we separate. And we're actually weaker that way. And I want to share a story with you that's, it's not really a story, but it's kind of something to think about. So pretend that your body could talk. And your hands can talk, your feet can talk, your ears, your nose, eyes, they all can talk, okay? Now, let's enter into the moment of the story. So, at some point, your whole entire body got into a fight, and there was this crazy division among the body, and the body started saying all these, and your hands and things started talking and saying all these things to each other. And so your hands, they began to talk, and they're like, you know what? Like what? We don't need the eyes. I mean, what's the important part of the eyes? And maybe they're just there. They're taking up extra spots on the face. So we should get rid of the eyes. And so the hands worked really hard to get rid of the eyes, and said all these mean things to make sure the eyes, like you're big, you got big eyes, and you know, you cry all the time, and there's water stuff coming out of it, and they said all these mean things that made the eyes go away. And so now the body can't see. You can't see anything. And so the ears got to talking. The ears were like, you know what? I'm tired of this nose. This nose is sitting on this face, and It's just sitting there and it's all bulgy and big and it's just taking up space. So the ears did everything it could and finally sent the nose away. And so the arms start talking to each other, and they were like, you know what, you know, one thing I can't stand is feet, and they're all smelly and nasty and all these things. So you know what, we should send them away. And so now, not only can the body not walk, it can't smell, it can't see, and all of a sudden there was this big division in all the parts, and the body couldn't really work together. Um, and the body was just kind of sat there. Because if you really think about your body, like every part is important. Every part of your body is important, from your brain, in which a lot of people say the brain is the most important part. Well, if your heart's not pumping the blood to the brain, then the brain's not going to work. Um, and every part of our bodies is connected to so many things. Even if you look out in nature and you think about like the smallest insect that's crawling around, well, that insect is playing a part in the things that are going on around us. Like even the trees, if you look at the trees, they're creating the oxygen so that we can breathe. We're all connected in some type of ways. And if you look at each other, yeah, like some of us are great at singing. Some of us are great at playing sports. Some of us are great at playing instruments. Some of us are great at writing, acting, whatever. Um, but when all those key things come together, well, that's what makes us all strong. And so when I look at the news or I read something in the newspaper and it's talking about how we should be separate, how this group is better than that group, or that this group is weak, so why should we have this group? Let's sweep this group away under the rug, lock them away, and we won't have to worry about it anymore. It'll make us stronger. But the truth is that we need that part. We need the part that might seem weak, because out of weakness comes strength. Through weakness, we can truly experience what it means to be strong. Because if we're strong all the time, then we'll never know what to experience the feeling of being weak. I want you to think about this for a moment. Think about how you are connected to everyone around you, and how even the people that you don't even think are important in your life, the people that you tend to walk right by, the people that you might see on the bus stop and turn the other way around, or the people that aren't that pleasant to talk to. Well, think about, how am I connected to them? How are they important to my life? And I know the moment where I started like thinking that way, and I started thinking about how are people important in my life, I saw the world in a different way. I grew so much. What we need to start doing is realizing that everyone is important, that everyone has something to offer. Everyone is gifted in their own way. And just because we look different, we talk different, we smell different, we like different foods, well, that doesn't make one person better than the other. Or that we have different beliefs. Because we all, we all deserve the right. No, scratch that. We're all, we all have the right to be loved and to also love something or someone. Keep you forth.